Jungkook finally speaks out. The identity of two women who approached Jimin and V at sea revealed, face screaming in fear. The silence has been broken, and the impact is nothing short of explosive. For weeks, ARMY around the world has speculated endlessly about one of the most mysterious and shocking moments in recent BTS history: two unknown women caught approaching Jimin and V during a live stream at sea. The moment spread like wildfire across social media, leaving fans unsettled, suspicious, and desperate for answers. Who were these women? Why did they appear so suddenly? And why did Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, remain quiet for so long before finally choosing to reveal what he knew? Now, his words have stunned everyone, unraveling a series of revelations that no one expected. The situation first ignited when Jimin and V were seen enjoying a rare moment of relaxation, broadcasting live from a boat. Laughter, playful interactions, and the serene backdrop of the ocean painted a picture that felt calm and pure until two figures appeared in the frame. The silhouettes of two women approaching the members immediately shifted the atmosphere. The playful banter turned tense, the live comments exploded with confusion, and ARMY began demanding clarity. The incident, brief yet impactful, left behind more questions than answers. For days, silence prevailed. Neither Jimin nor V addressed the matter directly, and HYB offered no explanation. The silence only fueled the frenzy, pushing speculation into overdrive. But now, with Jungkook stepping forward, the pieces of the puzzle are finally aligning. Jungkook's statement did not come casually, nor did it arrive without weight. His tone was sharp, his choice of words deliberate. He admitted that he had been holding back information out of caution, fearing the consequences of speaking prematurely. Yet the growing unrest among fans, coupled with the persistent rumors that painted Jimin and V as vulnerable targets, forced him to act. What he revealed sent shockwaves through the fandom. The two women were not random strangers, nor were they casual bystanders. They had a direct connection to the entertainment industry, an unsettling truth that reframed the entire incident. Jungkook described them as individuals with a history of inserting themselves into artists' private moments, sparking deeper concerns about intrusion, manipulation, and the blurred boundaries between idols and the outside world. The weight of this revelation was immediate. Questions cascaded across fan communities. If these women were known within industry circles, why did they approach Jimin and V so aggressively in public? Were they testing boundaries, or was their presence orchestrated by forces beyond anyone's control? Jungkook refused to provide names, citing the gravity of the matter, but his confirmation alone altered the narrative drastically. What was once dismissed by some as a random encounter now stood as evidence of a deliberate approach. This revelation turned speculation into fear, as ARMY realized that their idols might not just be targets of attention but pawns in a larger, more disturbing game. The emotional toll of the incident on Jimin and V cannot be underestimated. Observers noted that Jimin's demeanor shifted instantly when the two women appeared, his smile fading, his body language turning cautious. V, known for his calm composure, appeared visibly unsettled as well, glancing repeatedly at the women while trying to maintain the flow of the live broadcast. These subtle but undeniable signs suggested discomfort that fans were quick to notice. And now, with Jungkook confirming the suspicions that these women were no mere strangers, every detail from that live moment is being re-examined with heightened intensity. The timing of Jungkook's decision to speak is also crucial. Why now, after so many weeks of speculation? Insiders suggest that he could no longer watch the mounting storm of misinformation surrounding the incident. Rumors had spiraled into extreme theories, ranging from fabricated connections to stalker groups to baseless claims of hidden relationships. The chaos threatened not only the reputation of Jimin and V, but also the stability of the fandom itself. Jungkook's choice to reveal what he knew was, in many ways, an act of damage control. Yet, paradoxically, it also opened a new floodgate of questions, because while his words clarified the status of the women, they also hinted at larger systemic issues within the industry. The incident exposes the fragile boundary between public and private life for BTS members. The fact that Jimin and V, in a moment intended to be shared joyfully with fans, were approached by outsiders with questionable intentions raises concerns about security, protection, and the lengths to which some individuals will go to exploit proximity to global icons. Jungkook's firm acknowledgement underscores a grim reality. Even the ocean, seemingly vast and unguarded, was not safe from intrusion. If idols cannot find peace at sea, where can they? This question lingers heavily in the minds of ARMY, amplifying their sense of urgency and protectiveness over the group. Reactions to Jungkook's words have been explosive. Social media platforms erupted within minutes, hashtags trending worldwide despite the absence of official confirmation. Fans dissected every word, tone, and gesture from Jungkook's brief but impactful disclosure. Some praised his bravery, arguing that he shielded Jimin and V from further harm by validating the seriousness of the incident. Others, however, expressed frustration, questioning why more details were withheld and why it took so long for him to speak. This divide reflects the tension between a fandom desperate for transparency and the reality of an industry where silence often prevails until the pressure becomes unbearable. The identity of the two women may not yet be public, but Jungkook's revelation has narrowed the scope significantly. Fans now know they were not faceless strangers. They were linked to the very industry BTS has navigated for over a decade, which introduces an even darker undertone to the narrative. It suggests access, intentionality, and perhaps even premeditation. Could this have been an attempt to create controversy around Jimin and V? Or was it a reckless move by individuals seeking personal gain from proximity to fame? The lack of clarity fuels even greater suspicion, ensuring that this incident will not fade from memory anytime soon. For ARMY, the emotional impact of this revelation is profound. The sea, once viewed as a symbol of freedom and serenity for BTS members, now carries the shadow of intrusion. The fact that Jimin and V, two members known for their deep connection with fans, were placed in such an uncomfortable situation feels like a violation not just of their space, but of the bond they share with millions worldwide. Jungkook's intervention may have provided partial answers, but it also laid bare the uncomfortable truth that the members' safety is never guaranteed, even in the most unexpected settings. What remains now is uncertainty. Will further details emerge about the true identity and intentions of the two women? Will this incident prompt tighter security measures for BTS members, even during their private moments? And perhaps most importantly, what emotional scars will linger for Jimin and V, who found their lighthearted time overshadowed by a sudden and invasive presence? These questions hang heavily over the fandom, fueling both anxiety and determination to protect the group more fiercely than ever. Jungkook's words may not have ended the mystery, but they have shifted its center. What once seemed like an isolated, almost surreal moment on a boat is now part of a larger, more troubling narrative about the constant pressures surrounding BTS. The revelation forces everyone, fans, media, and industry insiders alike, to confront an uncomfortable truth. The boundaries of privacy have been eroded, and the cost of fame has grown even steeper. Jungkook chose to speak because silence was no longer an option, and in doing so, he ensured that the world could no longer ignore the deeper implications of what truly happened that day at sea. As the storm of speculation continues, one fact remains undeniable. ARMY will never look at that ocean live stream the same way again. What began as a joyful broadcast between Jimin, V, and their fans has transformed into a watershed moment, an event that revealed just how fragile the line between safety and intrusion truly is. And with Jungkook's revelation now echoing across the globe, the truth has never felt heavier, nor the questions more urgent.